windows of time, moments in time, portals into another realm of existence. Now, welcome to Golden Age Now.
I know this life I've been living in. I need to release this past hand. Rocket vibe, moonshine, new energy, try propulsion. Moonshine vibrations, that's first that we can be. For the Earth's elevation. Moonshine different cryptos, yeah, that's cool too. But the stress of the ups and downs of volatility was getting to me. Remember that there are more powerful incentive ways with capacity to contribute positively to these shifting days. If I can say, and I can contribute to yours. Moonshine made best version I can be, best version I can be, send to me free. Moonshine crypto, yeah, that's cool too. But moonshine who we got is even better. Bass trombone. We got a full version of Moonshot Me getting released sooner than later. Sooner than later. The vicinity behind above the vehicular home. I'm going to see about including it in this vehicle. Some shots of it, maybe it is coexisting with the shot as it does in the moment, in this spot. In the moment, in the now. We can see that sometimes there are windows of opportunity in our lives. Sometimes these windows are brief focal points, like the moon eclipsing the sun for a few minutes, and some windows are broader, be them days, weeks, months, perhaps even years. I sense some magic around this eclipse, in some of the drama leading up to it, that there were, in a literal sense, some beings weaving spells of dark magic and some that of the light. I'd attempted to get an energetic read on this situation from within, some manner of intuitive foresight as to the outcome of the lunar eclipse of the sun. For often I'm capable of receiving information and answers to questions asked within. All of us are capable of doing so. Can develop the ability. Some are more inherently capable of doing so in a dramatic way. Happens spontaneously. Some of us, it's a cultivated experience. And I would say perhaps I'm somewhere between the two. Somewhere between innate ability and cultivated capacity. And that capacity is ongoing in its capacity for service for this planet and beyond. I wasn't getting anything as a response to the outcome. What I came to realize is that what this occurrence means, the lunar eclipse of the sun, at least for me, it depends on me. What I will make of it, how I will orient myself. I have chosen, recent days, deep reflection about where I am and where I'm working to go, and deep reflection to be mindful of focusing my orientation in loving ways rather than fearful ones, about what is to unfold in my life and upon our world. I know things are to turn out quite well for Earth, and that there is much meaningful work to be done to clear away challenging impediments, and work to be done in building and growing a beautiful new world, that we grow as best version selves, that our creations combine with others for a best version Earth, ones we ongoingly refine in every manner possible as we progress farther into the golden age. While holding the orientation and construction of the positively new, there is a timely importance for being aware of those working to hold us back, those that seek to harm us, for they believe it to benefit them. My last video released on this channel, was it my best video so far amongst different ones, music videos and otherwise, that I have done? For format, delivery, and content, possibly it was so. Certainly it was one of my most important. I know this to be so because powerful in ways that I will indicate momentarily, that I will allude to. Powerful it was that some sought to diminish its capacity for impact, for potentially emergent virality, for growth of this new channel. The first night I put it out, it had been up for about 30 minutes. It went up Good Friday night, and I was at about 11:30, quarter to 12, when it had completed the uploading to YouTube. And shortly after midnight, about half an hour after it had been posted, I saw that it had gone up to about 8 views, largely from my very small-ish social media awareness. Much room for growth in most aspects of my life, all aspects of my life, would seem. First half hour had grown to 8 views, possibly a little bit with a YouTube algorithm, and I got a small handful of subscribers on this channel so far as well. Like, comment, subscribe. 24 hours later, just after midnight, Saturday night, it had risen to 21 views. In my youth, I enjoyed playing blackjack when I was like 19, 20, 21. It was my casino game of choice. 21 is the highest score you can get. It is pretty much a guaranteed win if you get 21. The dealer, it's in a tie. You know, it's been a while since I played. I can't remember what happens in a tie. Does it favor the house? If you get a 21 blackjack, is it an automatic win for the player? I don't recall, but it's high score. I like seeing 21. I see that sometimes in my life, and I feel like the universe is saying blackjack. So 24 hours after I put up my recent video, it had been up to 21 views. 36 hours later, Sunday morning, the total views had diminished down to 6. And it went from 3 likes down to 2. And people are influenced by what they see. So a double-digit video growing, maybe it might have been into its 30s. Maybe it would have caught on. Maybe it was going to get picked up by the algorithm. Maybe it was going to blow up in a benevolent way. Yet, it had been attacked, and it had dropped. And I initially was dejected by that, and very quickly I took it as a compliment that I was on the right path, because malevolent forces seemed it relevant to diminish my capacity for service. Did not enjoy the experience, but I was motivated. There's the expression that the flak is heaviest when you're over the target, and I've had enough of the flak, and I welcome that it has come, and it was generally an encouragement, and I seek that for the greatest good of all. Did I have that experience? And we continue. Alluding without specifics, the specifics are in the video. In many respects, I unloaded much spiritual warriorship weaponry of perspective, information, and even some of the most precious of all, evidence. For this is much hidden, as wrongdoers tend to do. The evidence is hidden. Sometimes we need to infer from surface happenings and deeper realities. There are great evils being done to the people of Earth, and in many respects, many of the common folk in society extend this evil by participating with it, going along with it, rather than shaking it off. Some of the greatest evils have been the prevention of the release of powerful technologies that will greatly transform our healthcare and our power generation systems, radically improving both, radically improving our lives and radically improving our Earth. In many respects, the release of such, and that we demand that this is so, that we facilitate this manifestation, this release, in many respects, these releases, in many respects, will significantly mark the rebirth of the Earth. Essentially, what has been hidden is information. Light warriorship is sometimes about directing enlightening information into dark places, within and without. In wartime, sometimes there have been drafts demanding and requiring that some are selected to go into battle in this spiritual war that many have already perceived. To go into benevolent battle with the forces of light and liberation of Earth and our galaxy. To go into benevolent battle with the forces of light and liberation of Earth for great impact into our galaxy as well as beyond. For the light, there is no such draft. It can only be a choice, a voluntary involvement. What dost thou choose? This ancient battle, now reaching epic climax upon Earth and in our galaxy, has long been hidden. Which side would that benefit? The side that uses manipulation and lies, or the side providing illumination? Who does it benefit then to look away and be aware of less? Who does it benefit to learn more? The impactful time we find ourselves in is whenever we choose to be of positive impact, building and assisting in whatever manner we are passionately called to do, should we heed the call as many do. And many are just now beginning to. The window of creation can always be now. Even if we look back in our lives and see we've missed opportunities, and yeah, clearly I've done so. What can we learn from such to be ready for the next? What are we doing now to create these opportunities, to draw them closer to manifest the situations, the opportunities, these new windows of opportunity? What are we doing now? Indeed, life is what we make it. Long ago in this life, I chose as priorities pursuit of knowledge and artistic development. My heart are in these things. And I sensed this to be an indication that the path thusly was a good one. Though it was one fraught with financial poverty. In this upside down world, sometimes doing the right things are the most difficult ones to do. I understand and embrace that my time has come to engage with what I have learned and to continue to build a best version self with ongoing learning and development. My time has come to help turn this upside down world right side up. Perhaps yours has too. What really happened? A tale of two worlds and the path to the golden age. Why did I take 16 months, partly away from other uses of my time, including working on my music and street performance of such for income, community involvement, and ongoing skills development? Mostly, these writing efforts and manifestations were engaged in a spirit of very conscious service, and I felt a great calling in doing so, as too, I feel, while preparing a Golden Age Now installment. When working on the book, I felt as though I was building a powerful tool of light bringing into a world in many ways entrenched in darkness and ailment. Now, I am called to encourage others to get involved with it, to market it for positive impact in the lives of the readers and as it extends planetarily and beyond. Secondarily, following a call to service, also did I seek to enhance my financial stability and eventually abundance. For I understand that each person that has the stability of foundation in their lives has more opportunities to build upon, and if they are inclined to help others, then the more people they will be able to assist. Over 16 months of book creation and now professional developmental time, some spent in book relation, so much of my life is about not so much eliminating poverty as it is about helping to build a society based upon abundance and the embrace and unfolding of passionate interest and endeavor. I've known the prisons of financial poverty firsthand, with no vacations, none, in my entire adult life. Though I did live in China a few times, 2.5 years, far exceeding most the time that most people spend on vacation, and that, as we say, was the trip. I don't much talk about it. It's awesome though. I mostly loved it. 你今天怎么样了？你睡觉好了吗？ I asked how was your day and if you slept well. More specifically, though, I asked what's going on with your day. It's sort of like a planning question. I've taken no vacations. None that I paid for. My parents did when I was a kid. California, there we came. True, which was also awesome. I've known the prisons of financial poverty firsthand, with no vacations, various financial stressors, and landlord requirements that often and variously hindered my development. These have deepened my decades-long interest and passion, with firsthand experience and awareness, the importance of foundation in my life, that I have more to contribute into the lives of others, and that others have established a great foundation in their lives, that all may contribute their best to all. Amitofo. Ah for the Amitofo. This is a Shaolin blessing. I don't know what it means, and I like that. Amitofo. In some ways, our world is increasingly problematic. So, too, is it becoming increasingly obvious to more and more people every day that it is time for something new. And it is somehow within the context of various and benevolent light agendas that it would be of universal service in what we do. And with our creativity, we have some surprises that we are capable of too. What shall we be surprised with of the reading today? I feel to show a chapter listing. Some show and tell. I'd like to figure out how to reverse the screen image. Chapters. We have 0 chapter. The end is the beginning. It's the 0 chapter because chapter 1 was already here. This 0 chapter was the last chapter written. I'm pretty sure. I feel that it was the last chapter written in this book. Chapter 1, A to Z of cover-ups. 2, Wowza, the Secret Space Program, SSP, and Periphery. And we scan down to the organics and the AI. Soul Ninja, Ninje, Soul Ninja, NDEs and OBEs. Remote viewing in the Secret Space Program. 2 powerful topics that most people know nothing about. Definitely hidden in the context of our spiritual war. And in the context of our spiritual war, the revelation of these topics, remote viewing, and the technology and cosmology of the Secret Space Program. Oh my. Ascension. EBS Shaka. The Solar Flash. Mixed Odd Bits. It's a quick read. That chapter. Lots of short paragraphs. The Solar Flash. The Solar Flash. Interestingly, I pronounced that as the Solar Flash. Chapter on Trump, Biden, RFK Jr., and Trudeau. Odd one on Bashar. The whole book is an odd book. It is mostly about the world, and the entire book was written during 60 months of car dwelling, and I began working on it during the 3rd week of that. Additionally, we are going to read some from here. It's been mostly perched on the dashboard inside a couple of clear plastic bags, and I like seeing it up there for different reasons. I see condensation in there sometimes, and it makes some interesting sounds as I open the book now as a result of that. Here we have, with a capital L, Lighted Ones. And we bring it back. I've long observed that while both the light and dark forces have agendas, plans, strategies, and goals, often they develop ones that are surprisingly similar, and yet strikingly different as well. Where it seems that the dark seeks to make their pursuits seem as though lighted ones that would be deceptively postured as though of significant service to the masses, deceptively enticed to follow such lead. Typically, the future exists as a likelihood, and it makes sense then that both the light and the dark would have plans for the same time frame that are similar yet highly differentiated. Plans that could plausibly come to fruition, be it a healthy fruit or a sickly one. May you know largely of sweet and vitalizing fruit. And this is the fruit, primarily, that is ours to plant, to propagate, to harvest, to plant, to propagate, to harvest. Amitofo. For the closing musical number of today's installment, we have a video I made of one of my recent songs, and it is fitting for today's installment. Fitting in terms of portals of time, windows of time, powerful moments in time as we choose to define, give rise to the golden age now. Amitofo, the golden age now. This one is called Om for the freedom.
Can I get an for the freedom of the planet Earth? For the new world, so many be give a birth to. From the old to the new. Can I get an for the freedom of the planet Earth? Oh, Earth, oh, freedom, world birth. There is a transformation long underway, very much ado. Did you know for some, at a graduation time to choose who we are? Life is what we're making, life is a choice. Are we into the new world, the emergent future? Or stuck in the muck of the old, the materialism, separation and competition? Or is our star rising with passionate integration and co-creation of an environment that wells forth with light, with peace and prosperity, like it is on many other worlds? But with the funky colors of how Earth humans gonna do it. Earth humans gonna do it. Can I get it? I know about the freedom of the planet Earth. For the new world, so many big give a birth to. From the old to the new. Can I get enough of the freedom of the planet Earth? Oh, Earth. Oh, freedom, world birth. What did we call on the television? We called it programming. And you must have heard by now that the revolution would not be televised. Not some kind of major violence, rather some major kindness. Cause we could do it better than the elites. We are not pawns, they are not the lords of earth. Divine is within all beings, not all beings flow with it though. Some have dimmed their connection. Programming from the matrix requires plans to be hatched. To depart from the old ways, to carry it forward. Everything that was truly of service to you and I, to us. Can I get it all for the freedom of the planet Earth? For the new world, so many be give a birth to. From the old to the new.
Ami Tofwa, Golden Age now.